Hey guys, Mystic Frost here, and today we have some more Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. So, initially when I first booted up this morning, I was going to show you the updates that I've done, because from the last video to this video, I have done an incredible amount of off-screen grinding, more than I honestly thought I was going to, and then I was going to jump into some PvP. However, we have a new event starting, which is the Raging Sibling Squabble, which is the new Rio Appears event. Now, I've already unlocked Rio, so that's fine. I don't need to worry about unlocking her, but there will be a new skill and a couple of new cards here. So we will have a look here. So we need to obviously unlock the episodes as we go. Like I said, I've already got her, so it's just a case of getting the new skill. That's a race card, which is fine, and this is the new skill that will come later on in the mission, along with card sleeves, game map. These are the two new cards that can be unlocked. So first of all, we have Ice Princess Zero, which is 2 level 5 Winged Beast type monsters. Now, my knowledge of the game isn't fantastic when we are looking into like Zexal World and the Pendulum World and whatnot, as my knowledge of the game literally goes from the OG Yu-Gi-Oh! Up to Synchros, and that's when I stopped playing the TCG, and then I got back into it about a year and a half ago, so that was during Links. So obviously I know how to X these, I know how to Synchro, I know how to Pendulum and all that stuff. But specific archetypes and whatnot, my knowledge bank isn't there. In regards to that, when I think of winged beasts, especially in Duel Links, I think Harpies, and Harpies are level 4. So I cannot see this card getting played. However, I like to get 3 copies of each and every card. I didn't mean to click off that. I like to get 3 copies of each and every card that is available. So let's have a little read here. So it takes 2 level 5 winged beast monsters. You can detach 1 material from this card, then target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. Its attack becomes 0. Now that is a good skill. That is an OTK enabler right there. So maybe we need to have a look at level 5 winged beasts just to see if that's actually doable. Then we've got Torrential Reborn. When a face-up water monster you control is destroyed by battle or a card effect and sent to the graveyard, special summon the monsters destroyed and sent from the field to your graveyard at this time, then inflict 250 damage to your opponent for each of those special summon monsters. You can only activate 1 Torrential Reborn per turn. Now, the Reborn part of it's quite good. The burn damage isn't fantastic, because at best you're talking, what, 750? Unless, of course, that does include monsters hitting in the extra zone, which I'm not sure it will. But if it does, then you're looking at 1,000 burn damage at best. However, the Reborn part could be quite good, especially if you pair it with Needle Sealing. So you think you've got your field out, you've got a couple of monsters on the field, your opponent summons some bigger monsters to take yours out, you activate Needle Sealing, literally destroying all face-up monsters on the field, and if your opponent's monster is stronger than yours, they're going to be face-up. And then you can chain this to special summon all of your monsters back. So there's a field wipe, a reborn for everything on your side as long as they're water, as well as inflicting a little bit of burn damage, and then you hope whatever you special summon back gives you game. So that might see some play. And then, of course, you've got the cards which were in the event last time. So that's all cool. As far as what I've done, as you can see here, mission 30, I have completed the duel missions. I have 100% finished this. Yeah. As far as characters go as well, we are currently leveling the Gore. He is level 16. I played Playmaker first. He is max level. He is level 30. And then we have Soulburner, also max level, level 30. So we've only got the Gore left to grind, which is fine. I found a fun deck-ish that I like to use. This is a slightly tweaked build. This is the build what I plan to take into PvP. Obviously, It's not fantastic. I really don't like this. He was just in there because we needed more monsters. However, he is coming out. I really don't like him being in the deck. See, I do have 3 Signet Minings. I do have 3 microcoders. The 3rd microcoder could actually be good, so let's stick a 3rd microcoder in there. So the idea of this is obviously to link climb, get Deco Tocker out and use his ability to negate and destroy. Now, a good combination here is to use Deco Tocker and Elphase if you can manage to get both out on the field at the same time. Reason for that is because Deco Tocker is when your opponent activates a card or card effect that targets a cards you control. Quick effect, you contribute 1 monster this card points to, negate the activation if you do destroy that card. So, right there, you know, whether it's an MST to pop your back row, or if it's, what was it, Blue Eyes Alternative Dragon to pop a monster on the field, or whatever else there could be, you can literally get rid of Elphase to through the Deco Tocker effect, which then negates, destroys, fantastic. And then when Elphase is actually sent from the field to the grave for any reason whatsoever, you can target 1 level 4 lower Cyverse type monster in your graveyard and special summon it. But for the rest of this turn, its effects are negated and it can't be used as link material. But that's fine, because you send Elphase to the grave, it special summons any monster, all of the monsters I'm running at Cyverse. And again, you special summon it back to the link arrow that Deco Tocker points to, and boom, you've got Deco Tocker's effect to negate lined up again. Or if they don't have any follow-up plays after that, you've then got something on the field to link with during your turn. So that's the general idea. The spells and traps are a bit iffy at best. These are literally in just so I've got some pops on the field as well as some back row removal, because they can just pop anything as long as you give up a Cyverse type monster. Is it top tier? No, absolutely not. I don't believe so. I think the Code Tocker stuff is missing a lot of consistency cards. It is still quite consistent, but they are missing a lot of consistency cards, and they are missing a big boss monster. We need a powerful rank 4 to go, or even a more powerful rank 3 to go into. Obviously we've got Decode, we've got Encode, and we've got Power Code. You get Power Code through the level up rewards, which can be very powerful. When this monster attacks or is attacked, you can give up a monster it points to, which is nice because it's got the sideways arrows, and then you double this monster's attack, so it goes up to 4/6, which is nice. But you've got to be reliant on having a monster next to it, and if your opponent is swinging into you, that they're dumb enough to swing into Power Code Tocker and not the monster it's pointing to. So there are issues with the deck. There are massive issues with the deck. I just feel that they are missing that one powerhouse card which will make it better, to the point where I'm even considering putting in I can't remember what it's called, but it is a level 7 or 8 Cyverse monster. You get it in the new structure deck, but it's also quite an older card. Here he is, Degrade Buster. Now he's only 2500, so again not overly powerful, but and he can't be normal summon set. Must be special summoned from your hand by banishing 2 Cyverse type monsters from your graveyard, which is great because you are pretty much guaranteed to go into at least a link 2 on your first turn, if not a link 3. So you get guaranteed to have at least 2 Cyverse monsters in your grave from your first turn. And then you can target 1 monster your opponent controls with a higher attack than this card, and then banish it to the end phase, but you can only use the effect once per turn. It is a quick effect, which makes me believe that you can play it on your opponent's turn as well, and if that is the case, that is brilliant. So I'm actually going to take that 3rd microcoder back out and actually try this in the deck, just to give it a little bit of a power boost to the deck. So we're going to try out some PvP as well today. But first things first, obviously, like I said, we've got the new event out. We've got Rio. She has spawned in the world, which is 5Ds, I believe. No, she is Zexal, sorry, not 5Ds. So we're going to go beat her down. I believe she's only going to be level 10. I was actually using Rio last because she was the last one. I needed to get to level max level on this world. There's a water deck, which is also used for just general messing around. I tried using this competitively just to try and use some of the older cards, and yeah, I couldn't get it going. I couldn't get it to work. So we'll go to our grind deck. We will grind out the event a little bit, and then we'll do some PvP matches. I know we've got an 8th deck slot now, but I really can't bother to look for another XE's just chucking the deck. So we won't worry about that just yet. So there she is. Excellent. I will be your opponent. Yes, you will. We will just auto-duel this because there's no point manually dueling it. It will just take so much more longer. You can actually see my reflection a little bit if you look carefully on the darker screens, just because I'm sitting the other way around, so I've got the light shining at me instead of behind me today. But yeah, so we've done quite a bit off camera. I really didn't mean to do that much off camera, but then at the same point I didn't mean to leave recording so long in between. I wanted to do some recording on Friday, but I wasn't able to. And then at the weekend I had my kids, so obviously spending time with them took priority over recording. We have boys in the house, they're my partner's kids, I love them to pieces, but every other weekend we get my kids as well. So when all the kids are here, I don't want to sit and record, I want to do stuff with them. Just so happens that my boy's into Yu-Gi-Oh as well, so he brings his deck over, we do a couple of live duels, which I may stream. I may record a couple of live duels and put them up as well. That could be quite interesting. Now, I'm physically dueling this one just because it's level 40 and I don't trust the auto-duel feature to do this correctly. Oh, that's a good point actually. I want to put on the game sounds today, just because I am aware in my last couple of videos there has been some awkward silences when I run out of things to say, which I'm sure happens to us all. That, however, was too loud. So let's get... Yeah, there we go. Let's get sound effects on as well. I'm not going to put character voice lines on just because they really annoy me. But at least now when there is a little bit of silence, at least we've got some gameplay to go into, if nothing else. So, yeah, and thank you all for watching so far. It's been great to share this with you. I'm fully aware my content isn't as polished as some others out there, and there is a reason for that, and pure and simply, I don't have the resources. I have a mobile phone, I have a laptop, so I make do with what I've got. And if I wasn't going to, I was going to wait, I was going to get a proper mic, I was going to get headphones and everything else in the meantime. But then I watched some videos on how to YouTube, basically, especially Yu-Gi-Oh YouTube, and the biggest advice they gave was always just record. Doesn't matter what you got, doesn't matter how good it is, just record, get your content out there so people can get a feel for who you are, because who you are and your personality is a much bigger part as how polished the content is. So hopefully you guys don't mind my personality. I'm holding back a lot because I can be very inappropriate for YouTube, shall we say, at times. I have quite a dark sense of humour, and I ain't looking to get cancelled before I even get started. But there we go. So we've got all of these things to do, which obviously we will grind these little tokens during PvP, which is great because we want to do some, but also by auto-dueling all the people. Like I said, I am currently grinding Matey Boy, the Gore. So I will be using him for the grind on the characters. That is not what I meant to click on. I wanted to click on these things to see if there's any gems up there, which there is not, so that's fine. Let's have a look, see what we can get from here. So this annoys me. Sometimes you can buy the card as well for 400 gems, 400 of these token things. But then other times you can't, and you can only upgrade to Glossy and Prismatic. We already own 3 of them. We don't own any of them, so that's fine. We'll get that. But the first thing I always buy are these XP boosters. So we can get them already, so that's great. The reason why I get these is because for character grinding, they are a godsend. When you're dueling at the gate at ×3, you slap one of them on as well, and you get even more XP. So it is absolutely brilliant. Now, I always say that, on the last couple of videos, you know, I said I wasn't looking into Salamangreat because, you know, that's going to be the top tier deck, which came out. However, over the weekend, I have seen loads of Salamangreat videos, and its power is undeniable. It is a case of, you know, I honestly believe once you're in, like, Platinum and Legend ranks, unless you're playing Salamangreat, I don't know if Black Rose is still going to be viable, but Salamangreat, Photon, Galaxy Eyes, Burning Abyss, Phantom Knights, or Elemental Heroes, I don't believe you're going to stand much of a chance. You're going to win some games, you're always going to win some games, but I honestly don't believe you're going to stand much of a chance. So when I was opening the packs up to try and get the 3 Signet Minings, it turns out I actually pulled every single card I need for Salamangreats. The only things I was missing was the level 1 Link Tuner, the Foxies, and the 1 copy of the Field Spell. So over the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and yesterday being Monday, I did some grinding, and I have all of those cards now. I have 1 copy of the Field Spell, I have 3 of the Link 1s, I have 3 of the Foxies. So I have all the cards that is needed to build Salamangreats. Now, I've looked at the cards, and they confuse the living fuck out of me. I do not understand Salamangreats. It is a very complex deck, and it is one that goes above my head. It goes above my intelligence level. So we're going to stick with Code Talkers for this video at least. Maybe even next, depending on how we get on. If we do alright with Code Talkers, if it doesn't stress me out too much, then we'll stay with it for a little bit. But if I'm just getting my cheeks clapped every single game, or if I'm losing games because it's just missing that interruption or that power level, then we will sit down together with the Salamangreat. We'll go over the cards, and you will see this idiot try and learn it. I say live, but it's not live. Obviously, this is all recorded because I can't go live yet. But it is live because this is all unedited. This is all just raw footage. Everything I say is exactly what you guys will hear. There is no pause and crop. It is a case of if I say fuck, you're going to hear the word fuck. If I say fucking hell, I've lost this game, that's what you hear. You may see me lose 10 games and only win 1. When if you hear from TikTok, you'll see I win a hell of a lot more than what I lose because of the ranks I'm in, and it is a polished deck. Yang Zing is a very polished deck. It is very much a one-trick pony, well, two-trick pony, shall we say. And if your opponent sees around that and gets around that, then you are fucked. Like, there is no grind game. As you saw the loss I uploaded against the Blue Eyes on TikTok, they took me to a grind game, and Yang Zing does not have one, so as such I ended up losing, and that's fine. I don't mind losing as long as I'm losing to skill, not due to bricking. If I brick or if I draw shit, that is when I get pissed off for losing. I do not mind losing as long as it is a case of it's a good game either way. But because like I say, Yang Zing is very polished, but even still I'm in the silver rank, or at best I'm in a gold rank, then oh no, that complete stage 1, wonderful. Then you know, you people see a lot more wins and losers, whereas here I'm legend, so you know, you're going to see a lot more losers than wins, I personally think. So we can now challenge Rio at the gate, which is nice. But we're not here to do that just yet. We want to do the auto grinding, the auto dueling, and then we'll jump in, do some PvP, and then we'll do some dueling at the gate. And then most probably wrap up the episode there once we've done everything. I'm not sure how long I want to make these episodes. I don't know if I want to make them 30 minutes or an hour. But we're nearly 20 minutes into this episode already. So this one may be slightly longer just to get some PvP content in as well. You know, it is a case of, you know, you tell me in the comments, do you prefer, you know, 20 to 30 minute more bite-sized episodes, or do you prefer like the hour-long episodes, because then they're more of a, you know, let's sit and binge kind of deal. Because that's what I like to do personally. Like, if I wasn't recording now, I'd be sitting in the living room, I'd have YouTube up on the big telly, I'd be watching It's Brad HD, I'd be watching Duel Links Meta, I'd be watching Dad's First Time. Yeah, I'd be watching some other Duel Links content, or even TCG content, while I play this, and I'll sit there and I'd like to find a stream that lasts about an hour to 2 hours, and then I'll just sit and watch. I'll put it on for that hour or two, and I'll just sit and I'll play for that hour or two, and I just find that really fun, really relaxing to do. That's what I like to do, to chill out. So if you guys would like to see these episodes to be about an hour long, so you can do the same, great, let me know. Or if you do prefer the shorter content, you know, 20 to 30 minutes, and again, let me know, and then I can kind of streamline them of, okay, this is going to be PvP, this is going to be grinding, this is going to be the event, you know, so then you'll get, you know, different episodes rather than it all clumped into one. So yeah, let me know what you want to see. As you can tell, I don't go by script, because that was a nearly 3-minute ramble about, do you want 20 to 30 minute or an hour long episode? So I do ramble, but rambling's good. Rambling is good. I do have a notepad and pen, so when we do PvP I can keep notes. So if I get absolutely clapped for a certain reason, I can note that down and then tweak the deck adjustingly if we can. The difficulty with Link monsters and Cyberverse monsters are that because it is a new deck and everything about it is new, it is so hard to get the idea of, you know, to tweak it and whatnot, because there isn't that much you can tweak with. I really hate the auto dueling at the moment. It is taking so long, but because it's here, even when I take it off auto duel now, I've got to wait for them to finish, you know, their turn. The fact that they did it this way around is ridiculous, because if they used Dotscaper, that would have sent to a grave and spread some of itself back. Then you would have had 2 other monsters to you know, carry your play on. So here I'm hoping the auto duel feature now, you know, Summons Edition powering up Decode Talker. I'd even go to activate Subtraction to weaken that, which will then trigger one of the back rows to thing to negate that. But we'll see what it does. Link off into Flame Administrator, power up another 800. That's the way you need to do this here. Now you've gone to Security Dragon. But why is my question there? Because Security Dragon can't do shit. It literally can't do nothing. It's not co-linked, so it can't bounce anything. The auto duel feature of this game is fucking ridiculous at times. Because look, it's saved the attack by getting rid of the monster, whereas if you activate Subtraction, targeting that, it would have given up both, therefore shutting out his ability to pendulum unless he draws like the other scale and he's got both scales in hand. Whereas here he just sets a card, now I've got 2 weak ass monsters on the field for him to swing at. That is fucking ridiculous. Like, my god, they really need to think about what this auto feature does. Cyverse White Hat, I love this guy. He is a sacrifice monster, but if you control 2 of the same type, so it doesn't have to be Cyverse, you can play him in any deck as long as you have the same type, you can just special summon him. And then if he's used as link material, when he goes to the graveyard, he literally weakens your opponent's monsters by 1,000. So, question is, who do we go with here? Let's go Flame Administrator, just to power up Decode Talker by a 800. And then we activate Cyverse White Hat to weaken his monster. So there we go. We swing. There goes his monster. I have no idea what that trap card does. I've never seen that. You control, it's destroyed by battle or card effect. Target 1 card your opponent controls and destroy it. And he's targeting Flame Administrator anyway, so there is no point activating Decode's effect, because either way Flame Administrator is gone. He now plays down Mr. Rush to special summon 1 from the deck. He has 200 points more than me. He can now Pendulum Summon as well. He's Pendulum Summoning 2. But he fucked up. I bet he has to because it points there. I don't know why he's attacking my monster for. I'm stronger. What the fuck? How'd that happen? If a opponent monster you control battles an opponent's monster after damage calculation, you can destroy those monsters. Oh. Okay. Well, fuck you. Maybe I should add that to my Dynamis deck. That's actually not a bad monster. But oh well. Excellent, Duel. No, I don't want to check your deck. Go away. Look, he's back again already. Let's get some revenge. What's he using this time? Thunder Dragons. Wonderful. So, with you guys who do watch, obviously, I'm guessing you're playing the new world. What decks have you made so far? What decks are you going for in this game? You know, what is it that you are after from this new world? Like, are you looking at Salamangreat yourself? Are you looking at Code Talkers? Are you looking at Goki? You know, there's so many new decks out there which all look quite fun. Which ones have your interest most of all? So here we will go decode. Use a microcode from hand. And when microcode is used, I can add a signet, spell, or trap. It's a bit of a waste, I'm fully aware, but I just need the monster on the field for the negate. And then we will set signet mining and pass. Now, use the computer anyway, so I don't think they calculate back row risks and whatnot, but I just have the habit of set back row because if I use MST and pop it, it's not the end of the world, you know, but at the same point it could defer your opponent's plays a little bit because it could be a Karmika, it could, well, in this case it can't be because I don't have any cards in my hand, but you know, it could be something that could mess up their plays, so I've got no issue setting the odd back row as duds and baits. Okay. Oh, he's gone into Code Talker himself. Okay. I'm not sure why a Thunder Dragon would use Code Talker, but we'll see what they do with it. And the answer is destroy my monster and then destroy that monster as well. Lovely. Mathematic Induction is a brick, so let's sign up mine in it, let's get rid of it. As much as I want Dot's Gateplate, I've got to go Lady Debug, just because that's the only one who can get something going for me. So, as I get something going for me, it really can't actually. It really cannot get anything going for me. None of my Link 2s. Well, fuck me, I think I'm going to lose this one. Because that will come out, point to there, power himself up to 2k. I can then attack that for 200 damage, but it won't be destroyed because it's got monsters pointing to it. Or even if I put it there, it's still got monsters pointing to it, so it would be no good. I could do my own, powering that up to 18 and can't be destroyed because his monster points to it. I could do Security Dragon, bounce a card back to his hand, but I can't see that being any good. This would give me 2300 and some reoccurrence, but then his monster will go up to 2300 as well. So either way, it won't be able to destroy anything. Pentastag's going to be no good here. Yeah, a bit of an issue. Nothing I do here is going to help. And none of these are really going to help. So let's go for the one that will hurt least. I know if I summoned it there, it would gain an extra 300, but then so will his monster, and then I wouldn't outpower anything. Like, don't get me wrong, his monster can't be destroyed, but at least it's 200 chip damage. I guess it's better than fuck all. So then we'll go to his turn. Even if he just keeps this on the field, you know, that'll pop that, and then he'll special summon back any one of these, but their effects will be negated. Showing you can't bring back Decode Talker. So Lady Debug's search effect might happen, and that will outpower anything else I summon, whether it's an attack or in defense, but at least it blocks. And then we have one more turn of getting our ass kicked. So I think I'm going to jump into some PvP after this, just because we're 31 minutes in now. I don't want this episode to just be dueling against the world and grinding up the gore. I want to get into some PvP for this first episode. I'm going to record a couple of episodes today, but so you know we will do the event, we will do other world grinding in those episodes as well, but I want to show some PvP. I want to get some PvP content done today, especially since it's a new season and you've got the duel awards of when you duel the first 10 times you get gems, you get duel orbs and all the rest of it here. I know I've lost this game. I'm tempted just to surrender, but then you don't get anything, so bear that in mind. Always just take the loss, never surrender. So we activate. Let's just bring back Lady Debug. I'm going to stick her in attack because, like I said, I've lost either way. You think he would destroyed it, and then 16, 24. That's 3k by itself. Sure, DD Crow just to put that nail in the coffin. There we go. Goal's got twatted. Let's move on. You lose. Thank you. So, still. No, I don't want to check the opponent's deck. Okay. So obviously I'm using into the Storm skill. Reason why I'm using this is just because then it gives us access to Firewall Dragon. Storm access, sorry. I am also tempted to use this one. So I can send one Link 3 Code Talker Link monster you control and exchange it to Decode Talker Extended. If you select Decode Talker in your extra monster zone, you can also select one monster and move that target to their monster main zone in the same column. So then that will take it out, because his arrows aren't great, but then, well, same as Decode's, but then it will drop down and then I can link something above him. This card's name becomes Decode Talker on the field and gains 500 attack for each monster it points to. During your battle phase, if a monster this card points to is destroyed by battle or sent to the graveyard, this card can make a second attack during each battle phase of this turn. So, I'm not sure exactly how that skill is useful. If a monster this card points to is destroyed by battle or sent to the graveyard. Oh, or sent. So if it points to a monster, then I link that monster, it will go to the graveyard, and then he can attack twice. So, that could be a decent skill to look into. I definitely don't want that skill. So, ooh, my partner has just came home with hot drink and snack. So, I'm very happy with hot drink and snack.
Salted caramel.
Salted caramel hot drink, my favourite. That is wonderful. So, yes, salted caramel drinks are my favourite.
And baby's fine.
And baby's fine. Wonderful. So, yes, we are having a baby in, what, just under 4 weeks now?
Yeah, about 3.5 weeks.
3.5 weeks, and my partner just had a midwife appointment this morning. We had a scan growth appointment yesterday, and it's weighing in at about £7. So yeah, so she's going to be a little chunker, but that's brilliant. Everything's fine with the baby, so good news.
They don't need to know this, but booked in my Is that?
Okay.
It could be earlier.
Yeah.
Can
Wonderful.
I? Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
You go then.
Yeah. so we're going with Storm access just for now, just so we've got access to Firewall Dragon. However, we may change it to code extended depending on how we go. I want to see how easy I can get Decode Talker and another link out on the field before we look into changing that skill. Because obviously when you're playing against the NPCs, you can do it quite easy because they don't have the interruptions and whatnot, whereas against an actual opponent, we shall see. Ooh, sorry, camera. So see, like I said, the decks I listed off earlier, Elemental Heroes was one of them, and our first duel is against Elemental Heroes. Why am I not using a game mat and card sleeves? It's a bit shit. I'll have to look into that after this one. Okay. I'm happy I'm going second, because going first with this hand would be a struggle. So heroes are going to do what heroes do. Solid Soldier into Stratos. Stratos will add a hero. I'm going to see him Liquid Soldier. Oh no, he's gone with Blaze Man. Okay. So I'm guessing he doesn't have a polymerization in hand. So he's not using the favourite hero skill either, which is quite peculiar. We're going to start off with Signet Mining. I'm going to ditch Subtraction just because Subtraction isn't going to be needed here. And we're going to grab ourselves Lady Debug. Lady Debug is going to be our normal summon when we can, so that back row is activatable. There's that delay there. I don't know if you guys saw it or not, but there was 100% of delay. So he's either got DD Crow in his hand, or that is activatable. Here we're going to add Microcoder to our hand. See, there's 100% delays. We're going to special summon Backup Secretary. Next up, we are going to go into Decode Talker by giving up the 2 monsters on the field and the Microcoder in our hand. We will link summon Decode Talker. We'll watch the animation because why the fuck not? Just look how beautiful that is. I don't know why, first time I saw this monster, I thought it was something to do with Sparkman. I just thought like, oh, it's Elemental Hero Sparkman upgraded. So he's now activating Super Poly. So fantastic, he's going to fuse my monster with one of these to make one of his Neo's, the dark Elemental Hero. Yep. So that's fine, 2700. I get out the cards and decks. I'm going to add my second copy of Silent Mining. However, now that is done and that is out of the way. Oh yeah, Solid Soldier gets to activate because he was special summoned by using a spell card. He now gets to do that. I'm going to special summon this dude. I'm going to go with Backup Secretary and Subtraction. And because this has more attack points, I can banish it to the end of the turn. I don't know how helpful a banish is going to be, but I'm guessing not a whole lot because it's just going to come back with the same attack points. Because he gains attack points for each Elemental Hero monster in the graveyard, so yeah. But we take out the Stratos, inflict some damage, his monster comes back. Now, if this is quick play and I can do it on his turn, fantastic, because whatever one's the strongest one will banish it. But here's Blaze Man, so now he can add polymerization to his hand. In all honesty, I think we're going to lose this one, but just the fact that we've been able to play over Super Poly already has been okay, but we are still in a losing position. Now this is going to be Elemental Hero Sunrise. I'm going to put money on it. You're going to fuse one of these, if not both. Sunrise, add Miracle Fusion. That's going to activate to get him his +2 draw. I think he draws 2 and then shuffles 1 back into the deck. And oh no, then discard 1 card. Okay. So he gets a +2 draw here. He gets to add Miracle Fusion to his hand through thingy. He's dropped the Neo, so now obviously Brave Neos is open through the Miracle Fusion. He's to set him on. Set him 2. Yeah, there you go. Activate Miracle Fusion. I can survive this turn, but then I'm dead next turn. Well, it all depends on top deck, maybe. I don't think there's a top deck that's going to help here. So here comes Nova Master. Surprised by Nova Master. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to activate this first of all. I'm going to banish... I think I'm just going to banish Escarado here. Just... He's moving the battle phase. He's swinging. Sunrise effect will activate to pop a card. He's going to target that. I'm going to activate this anyway. I'm going to tribute my monster because it's going to get destroyed. I'm going to take out the Sunrise. Now the reason why I picked take out Sunrise, just because while that's on the field, all his monsters get powered up. And when another hero monster attacks, he can pop a card on the field. So we've got addition. We can't keep addition. We have to play our Signet Minor. Ditching the addition. See, we've got nothing. Lady Debug obviously gets us a search. But again, we're going back to a Link 2. None of our Link 2s are going to help because this has to be... it's got to be co-linked, not just point to our monster. We could go to him, he'll go up to 2-3, but he's not going to be strong enough. This is what I was saying about the deck just missing power. Activating the Book of Moon, so we can't even link now either way. This is if you control Cyber type monster, so I can't even special summon it. I'm stuck with just this. So we've lost this game. So this is what I was referring to when I say the deck just doesn't have any. It's fun, don't get me wrong, it is a fun deck to play, but it is a deck for lower ranks. In this rank, we're just not going to get anywhere with it. Like I said, you might win 1 out of 3 games, 2 out of 10 games, something along those lines, but as a whole, you could argue Heroes and Galaxy Eyes are at the lower end of the power scale at the moment, and they just out-resource and outclass Kotokas at the moment. Kotokas are a combo deck without certain combo pieces that make them good. But we'll keep going. We'll see how we do. So these are... Well, that was my partner yesterday by accident. She was doing some grinding for me and she accidentally went into PvP. And then this was me trying out Black Rose, only using the skill once, only using the new limited list, just to see how consistent and how good that was going to be. And the answer is not that much. So not a fantastic start, and it's nice now I wasted a lot of money on Black Rose. Speaking of, okay, so 2 games in a row now. We'll start with D-grade Buster in our hands. So even though I just said that the consistency for this deck's not here, she is popping off. She has everything she needs to make sure we don't have a good time. God damn, look at that. So I guess I grab microcoder here. Assuming the search goes off. Because I've got backup secretary already. So it banishes itself and attack position monster your opponent controls. Try and think here, because I could go decode token now, then degrade buster, target addition, summon backup secretary, and go into another link 3 or a link 2 as well, or I can get 2 link 2s out, hoping he doesn't see him as a threat as such, and try and do some co-links shenanigans with these. Because I can go for him first. I'm guessing you won't see him as a threat to banish, but then as soon as I get that out, he can then banish straight away, making it pointless. And then at that point, I've wasted 1, 2, 3, 4 resources, and I won't have enough to go into something more powerful other than him. So let's just go Decode Talker. He can banish it if he wants to banish it. It's just because we're running out of time. Let's get the animation this time. Activate microcoder. We'll grab our quick play spell, just so we've got some defensive plays as well. Okay. Actually, we've got backup secretary here. Just because if we have to give up a monster for Decode's effect, we don't want it to be the Grade Buster. We'll banish these two for the Grade Buster. Clearly thinking about something. Now we'll do mathematical addition. Is this just destroy? Yeah. Just making sure it just destroys and not banish, because banish would be so much more busted. Now for the monster effect, target in Decode. Thing is though, now I can activate Decode, tribute backup secretary to negate and destroy. Oh, I'm going backup skill to negate my effect. Okay. That is okay, because he will come back. I'm assuming that is the quick play spell. Oh, now here's the question. Do I set it? Yeah. because addition can't attack anyway this turn. I was like, do I set it and use it on their turn? Or, really? Why? Oh, okay, you get add rock rose back to your hand. I thought you was splash them back to rock rose, get the quick play card, you know, back to your hand. Who knows? Obviously I've got my pop on the field and I've got my monster to tribute for it, so I'm quite happy with that. But if you think back to 2-3 weeks ago, this still would have been over by now. Black Rose should have whooped this deck by now. Summons, get the sets for the quick play. I'm guessing he already has the quick play in hand then. Because there's no way in hell you'd pick Blue Rose Dragon over the quick play when you can't summon the Blue Rose this turn. That makes no sense. Yeah, there's the quick play. Called it. Bring it back to that. We will activate, give up addition to take out the tuner. Not the best draw. So he has Blue Rose in hand. I'm assuming he might have an XE in here. If he's got Malevolence in there, I'm pretty fucked. Do I switch him to defense because then you can't banish him? Or, but then like I say, if he's got Malevolence in, he'll summon Blue Rose, Malevolence in, banish them both, well, banish it and then swing for game. But if I keep him in tap position, go to attack for that, he'll banish them both anyway. And on his turn, he'll get them both back, and then Malevolence in, and we are in the exact same position either way. So either way, he would just banish my monster, save the White Rose if it was needed. So I'd be in the same position. And you already activate that at the beginning of the duel. Is it still twice per turn at the moment? Twice per duel. Okay, it's still twice per duel at the moment. Fuck. Now, the only thing that can fuck me here is Yang Zing Yazzie, just because it can't be targeted with card effects. So he's going Black Rose. Cool. Okay. I don't believe he's got any plant types in here for the Black... Ah, shit, he's got Breakthrough Skill in the grave, ain't he? You can banish up from the grave to negate one face-up monster. So activate the quick play spell, get your Rock Rose back, go into the Ready Rose Dragon, wipe the field, banish everything in the... That banishes everything in the grave. So you'll have to activate Breakthrough Skill first. Yeah. Because when it's on summon, he banishes everything, then you get the opportunity to pop everything as a separate effect by using Black Rose. Or his connection can fail. It's not how you want to win, but I will take it. Now, we're sitting at 55 minutes, so I will do one more game, and then we will move on to episode 2. So, wonderful. Obviously, like I say, I'm going to record a couple of videos back to back, so please do leave comments. Anything that you think can make this deck better, put it in the comments. I want to read it, I want to see it, I want to make code talkers as powerful as possible. So anything that you can suggest, put it in the comments. I may not see it, well, I will see it straight away. I read all comments pretty much as soon as they pop up if I can, and I will reply to every comment as well. But also, because I am recording in bulk, the next couple of episodes won't impact any of those changes, so don't think I haven't listened to you. It is a case of they're already just pre-recorded, but as soon as I see those comments, I will then alter the deck to those suggestions if they do make them stronger. Now, I'm assuming we're against the fucking flip deck. What's it called? I can't remember. Guru or whatever. But let's see what we can do here. So we will Lady Debug. On the Lady Debug search, we will grab Backup Secretary. We grab the Prismatic one because it's Prismatic. Why wouldn't we? We will do that. I will then activate Subtraction, targeting Lady Debug, making Lady Debug weaker, but giving us our third monster on the field. I'm now going to activate Silent Crosswipe, tributing Subtraction. Oh, are you fucking kidding me? I clicked on that. Are you actually taking the piss? You know, fuck right off. I ain't dealing with that. I know I clicked on it, but I fucking clicked on it. Jesus Christ. But anyway, the play there was going to be give up Subtraction, pop the monster, use the special summon the Cyverse White Hat, use Microcoder in the hand to go to Decode. Decode would only be on 23, but Cyverse White Hat would be 18, so between the two attacks, game. But no, I had to fucking misclick. So we are going for one more just because that one doesn't count. And look at this, our one of is back in our hand, and we're going first. This is wonderful. So there's normal summon Subtraction, or activate Addition. We can only go into a link 2, that's all we can do. I'm going to go into L phase just because, like I said, when it's destroyed, you get a special summon back a Cyverse monster level 4 or lower in your grave. And if nothing else, it is better than nothing. Oh, but then I can't summon him. If I summon him, I won't have any level 4s in the grave to bring back through L-Face's effect. So, that's a bit of a shit kicker, but oh well. I'm more than happy to give up L-Phase to stop their combo from starting if there is such a way. If not, it's a case of interrupt as best as possible. Well, here's Stratos. Solid Soldier. Bringing out Stratos. I'm assuming he's just going for the pop of the back row. Yep, he's going for the pop, so I have to play it now. Giving up my L phase, I'm going to target Stratos and pop him. I'll face with that. Activate. I'm going to bring back Addition in defense mode, just because, well, him and Subtraction are both exactly the same, but I just prefer Addition's design. And of course he has polymerization. Why wouldn't he? He's a hero player after all. Here comes Sunrise. He's going to ATK me. Doesn't matter now. He's going to add Miracle Fusion to his hand. Miracle Fusion will activate Fuse for literally fucking anything with 1300 or more attack points, which is every single hero monster in existence. Then he will just attack with whatever the fuck he summons through Miracle Fusion, using Sunrise's effect to pop my monster, to then swing directly, and then Sunrise for game. So, yes, heroes are consistent. Yes, they are swarmy fuckers. Oh, he's gone for 2 Sunrises. Of course he has. Why wouldn't you? Yeah, it is what it is. Oh, polymerization, he's overextended and wonderful. It's not like you've already won. Now, if you're watching this video, don't be that guy. If you've won, you've won. Take the fucking win. You don't need to do all this shit. You don't need to overextend. Because in the actual TCG, overextending will fuck you. Because, like, if we have Nibiru in this game, boom, you summoned over 5 times. He's then fucked. But, yeah, so don't overextend. If you got the win, take the win. But yeah, so as you can see, there are some flaws with this deck. The power level is not there. Does that mean we're going to sit and try and learn Salamangreat next episode? I don't know. Are we going to... I have all the hero cards. I've still got Black Crows. Yeah, we've got options of decks to play. So, obviously, also leave that down in the comments. Like I say, it won't be in the next couple of episodes because we're going to record some back-to-back. But if it is a deck you want to see me play, or one for us to learn together through these videos, then by all means comment it. If I've got the cards, we will do it. So if you want to see heroes, we'll do heroes. If you want to see Black Crows, we'll do Black Crows. You know, Salamangreat, we'll do Salamangreat, or any other thing else, let me know. But I'm going to sign off here, guys, so please like, share and subscribe. You know, share the video with a friend, or, you know, tell somebody else who plays Duel Links or likes Yu-Gi-Oh! That you know about the channel. Let's try and grow this community together and see what we can do with it. But until the next one, hope you all have a good day.